It's definitely starting to thin out.
Whoa, that wasn't there before.
Here's a wall.
Apparently my cousin's here.
Well, it sounded that way.
Oh yeah, I can see him over there. My king. Over here.
He's at the gates.
That's not Meraxis. Yeah.
I'll meet you in. Hello.
Hello there.
Good evening.
How are you doing this evening?
Oh, you must be with the King of Dragons.
Hi.
I was wondering if the queen was awake.
No, unfortunately she's asleep at the moment.
I thought I heard her voice though. Let me go check.
Okay.
She must have just woken up, man. Well, come on in.
Oh yes.
Alright.
Whatever.
Oh, she is awake.
There could have been a subtle hint.
Oh, hell, that was not there when I walked out.
I believe subtle is not the word for that.
I hope you don't mind the host.
Mind? No. Curious? Yes.
I see. Whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Queen Lorelai Tyrell. You are?
King Aegon Targaryen. First of his name. And these
Aye,
are my
that's all well
wonderful
and good.
soldiers. May we speak?
We may. Come in out of the rain. I imagine you can't ride that thing if you're sick.
As I've told many others, please be sure that your men avoid the dragon.
Of course.
Accidents happen when they don't.
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
So many flowers.
Yes. Starting to see why they call this place the garden.
Yes, I couldn't remember if it was called Highgarden or High Rose, to be honest. What do you call this place,
Highgarden.
my lady?
Highgarden, the
Highgarden.
seat of the Reach.
These lands are called the Reach.
Aye.
May I ask why?
Well, when the lands were originally founded, they were named for the small part of the river Mander. But as the lands grew, it just maintained the name.
So a river that reaches it all.
Aye.
When I spoke to a northern queen, she said that all the great houses have sigils and words, sayings, mottos, something of that.
Something along those lines, you could say that. Kind of a saying of which we try to live our lives by.
So the northern, it's more or less something you live your life by. Interesting. So if
Aye.
that's the case, then that queen said winter is coming. They live their life hoping for winter.
That makes no sense. You
No,
sure,
not
you,
at
all.
sure you heard her right?
She said winter
Oh
is
no, it is.
Yeah,
This winter is coming.
Her castle's called Winterfell. To me, I said the castle was standing. Nothing fell here. She didn't like the jest.
The northern people are a rather, what's the word I'm looking for? A more somber group. They always say winter is coming, and usually they're always right. But winter always ends as well.
Right,
And
so
then
if I
flower
may,
can bloom.
is your house saying flowers are blooming, or flowers are coming?
No. Growing strong.
Growing strong. So you live your life by growing, or growing strong.
Aye, the day you stop learning, the day you stop growing is the day that I think you can, a person can die.
One way,
Well, if that's the case, when we're old, we'll keep growing fat so we don't die young.
yeah. I like the sound.
And what is your sigil? Or symbol? Was that a symbol or a sigil?
Sigil. Our sigil here in Highgarden is the golden rose against a field of green.
What's the significance behind the rose? Is it because roses grow strong? That doesn't make much sense. All
Maybe
flowers
it's,
grow.
maybe it's the garden thing.
Aye, but roses are resilient. Roses can grow on just about any surface you put them to, whether it's up or sideways or even down. And then you never
They
want to take
grow-
a grab at their thorns.
Do they grow even when winter is coming?
They lie dormant until the spring sun comes out again.
Ah,
So you would say in the winter months, the northern kingdoms benefit the most.
I wouldn't say that winter affects us all the same. Just because the Starks know that winter is coming doesn't mean they know what to do with it.
Oh, yes. Very well, that makes sense. Well then. We wanted to say hello. It seems that there are rumors preceding our dragons.
No, well, I was at that meeting today. Whenever you came swooping in with that thing with that ferocious roar it let out, I was rather impressed by that.
It's good to know. It's nice when someone's impressed rather than terrified. Everyone perceives a great big creature as a threat. I asked the king of the king of the Vale, and all he could say is, well, you're on it, so it's a threat. And I was like, well, if you're on a cat, does that mean the cat's a threat? Because, to be honest, I think the cat's more like a snack for my dragon.
I don't think you like that one too much, cause
I don't think so either. In any event, sent these men here. Bring you... What did I send you for? Why don't you speak on your behalf? Instead of me doing all the talking?
you just always do that. You come in, go over.
Lands are strange.
Oh, part of we wanted to come down and well, we were going to come down to learn a little more about your lands and your people, but we've already learned some of that. Motto, things like that.
Growing-
nature. Growing.
Wouldn't
Strong.
growing gardens make most sense?
Well, no, anyone can attempt to grow a garden. Growing strong, it takes a little more dedication.
Oh, any good farmer could grow strong crops, yeah.
And I'll be honest, the air as soon as you enter these lands certainly smells as if there's plenty of manure to grow anything strong.
True.
Would you
Like
say
the
you are
cake.
the bread provider for most of the grain and breads and wheats for these lands?
Well, I wouldn't want to stroke my own ego, but if we're looking strictly on our lands are fertile and rich. Our farmers work hard, toiling out everything that we need to supply whomever kingdom shall need it.
And do you have any perceived threats in Westeros? Any kingdoms that you don't trust? We're new here. We'd certainly like to know who our neighbors are.
Well, I think I'd have to be maybe growing weak in order to find a threat, but no, I wouldn't say I find anyone to be a particular threat. The folks up north are rather kind, and I've met a couple people from Sunspear, a couple from all the other kingdoms actually, and everyone so far has been relatively easy to work with and has come to us asking for things.
What
Milady,
about these
you said
rock
Sunspear?
people?
Rock people? Which rock?
What's
The Vale?
There's something on the rock, did you say? A rock
Oh yes, the
king
little
or
king on the
something?
rock.
One's west up here.
Yes, that's it. The little king, the little rock king.
Casterly Rock.
Oh, it's Casterly Rock. We've been calling it the wrong thing this whole time.
Oh, oops.
I like Little Rock King.
He is a man of very short stature, isn't he?
He is, but for such a
Very
small
short
man,
stature.
he told me that he intends to conquest all of Westeros. Small man, big ambitions.
Well, I guess he had to make up for it somewhere.
What do you think of that? A man wanting to be the king of all these lands.
Huh.
Mighty big jump for such a mighty small man.
Yes,
My lady?
that is quite
My
ambitious.
Queen? Sorry? What are your perceptions on that?
On a man wanting to take over the whole realm as his own? I feel like one
Yeah.
shouldn't get greedy. We've all ruled our separate kingdoms at peace for a while now. We haven't stepped on each other's toes. We haven't tried to fight over land. And things have
That's
worked.
true. I've heard there are many wars. Oftentimes, at least 3 out of the 7 great houses at war. Typically
Not in the
right
time
after
that I've
winter.
been back on these lands.
See.
The time after winter is generally focused as a time of rebuilding, aiding your fellow neighbors,
Hmm.
and so far that has been what it has.
Oh,
Very
except
well.
for our neighbors, apparently. That's another matter. We'll,
Indeed.
we'll take care of them.
Who are
We
your
have been
neighbors?
granted.
We'll take care of that problem.
Saying too much, my friend.
No, we're gonna talk to them. Work out a deal.
Yeah, they've already offered the mountain for mining. Free of cost.
Oh.
Peace restored.
All right. See, so you've already taken care of it.
Do you think my
Problem
dragon's a
solved.
threat, my lady?
Do you know how to properly control them?
All dragons have instincts.
All animals have instincts too, but I can control my men.
I can control my men. A dragon is not a man. A dragon
It
is
is
a
not.
dragon.
I imagine it breathes, has blood like any other creature.
Of course.
Do you trust your dragons?
With my life.
You seem like a fairly sure man, and they've given me no reason to distrust them yet.
Very well. I think I like you. a bit of a rosy vibe to you, Queen.
Oh, well, thank goodness. Otherwise, I'm in the wrong place.
Hopefully
What
we'll
was
speak again. Pardon?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
I was gonna ask her because she mentioned a place I hadn't heard of before.
Yeah, the spear in the
Sunspear.
suns? Sunspear.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this place.
Oh, yes. If you take this beach down here to the south and follow it all the way west. I'm sorry, wait. East? East. We're west. Follow it all the way east. You can't miss it. It's a beautiful keep on the water. You may find more than you bargained for in Sunspear, though. I hear the people are quite friendly.
Ah, that's good. Shall we visit them then?
Yeah, I think we'll have to pay them a visit.
Yes.
If I may ask 2 questions before we go. What you say that you can feed all the people of these lands. Is that something you pride yourself on? Would that be your most proud and noble thing that you are capable of?
I wouldn't say it would be the most, but it is something that I do take pride in doing. Why would I let someone go hungry if I have the power to not have them go hungry? That would make me
Very
a
well.
monster.
And you mentioned the reach. We are not familiar with this. How far does the reach reach?
The reach of the reach. Let's see here. This landmass that we're on. A portion of the redwoods slightly north. And I want to say a portion of the land slightly west. Where we border Sunspear. And portion of the land slightly... I'm sorry, west is where we border Casterly. And then east is where we border Sunspear.
Very well. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
I have a question also, if I may ask.
Please.
Do you rule your lands? Is it just by yourself?
Aye, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Queen,
It's me and my people. King.
do you have any strange titles other than growing strong?
I mean, I have heard some whisper Queen of Thorns, but I don't know. I've thought about embracing that one.
You feel Queen of Thorns implies about you. Why would someone give you that name?
Because I take little shit from anyone.
I see.
Oh, is that that's the king at Casterly, right? Little.
The Morris. Careful now.
Sorry. Sorry.
You don't know them quite well. Thank you, Queen of Thorns.
You're quite welcome.
I have spoken to many other heads of households and regions, and on Friday of the Gods, expect the Raven. I'll be inviting many of you to my halls.
And where are your halls?
There's a neutral part of land between, from what I believe you call the Stormlands, and the Erie. No, Erie.
The Erie.
Neutral, apparently uncontested. So we are in need of a home. I will be beginning to create my fort, Aegon's fort. So our people have a place to call home.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
And you said Friday of the Gods time?
I have indeed. And you will see it.
I look forward to it.
Aye.
If I may
As
ask,
do I.
will all people be invited, Your Grace, or just the heads of the households?
She can take who she wishes and needs. As I know, my dragons have stirred quite a bit of tension for all these people. Do you mind if we wait out the storm here?
Oh no, please do.
Excellent.
I imagine the dragon wouldn't have that much fun trying to fly through that kind of weather.
You'd be surprised what a dragon can do through a storm. A Belantis fleet certainly found out. Do you have anything that I could possibly feed my dragon? During the storm, they typically
we
go
do.
hunting. Excellent. Would you like to see it eat?
I would. What particular
Who
things does it
wouldn't?
eat exactly?
Live creatures.
And more like what doesn't it eat?
Boys, I think we finally get to get rid of Shit Mule. Now I just have to find him.
It's over here at the barn, my lady.
Valerius will gobble him up in one bite.
Probably.
I would stand back.
I would stand back.
I would stand way back. Trust me, been burnt once. You don't want to get burnt. Yep. He's
It's a
hungry.
civilized-
Oh, move.
Civilized creature. He likes to cook his food first.
Can't say I blame him. Raw horse doesn't sound that appetizing. Magnificent.
He likes to show off.
Well done, Valerian.
It's so pretty.
Absolutely magnificent.
They are quite the mag.
You never really get used to the sound either.
Mm-mm.
Yes, every time I've heard it, I've nearly shit myself, I think.
We live with him and we still do.
He's not even the loudest.
It's hard to
God, he
believe.
looks so happy.
How many of those do you
And a
have?
full
if you don't
belly.
mind me asking?
We have many.
Surely wouldn't want to make him mad.
Absolutely magnificent.
Hello there.
Hello. Welcome to River Run.
Thank you. I met a princess.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Rune. Would that be my daughter?
I believe that
Yes.
was it,
He,
Harriet, are
he
you here?
greeted me when I was gathering metal.
Ah, you have met my sweet river sprite. Yes. Thank you for coming. I'm Everin Tully. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. She's one of the few people that's actually not tried to slight us. It's very kind of her. You raised her well.
I mean, I have no
They're very
ill
big
will
on
against
manners.
you.
Courtesy is important.
See. You know, when I was in the lands of Little King on the Rock, he told me that you were the weakest. Looking at your castle. I think that's a very bold claim.
The little man on the rock wasn't us at all. He merely was trying to divert you to a different Good. I see. Thank you for
See.
telling me. I will remember that.
Of course. Beautiful castle.
Like to come in?
No, I think we should be returning soon. But I wanted to meet you. Meet the man that they claimed was weak. The design such as this, and etiquette that you have shown with you and your daughter, I think you might have some value in what you said. Diversion. Divert attention that there is none of.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank
course.
you.
As I've told the other leaders that I've met so far, Friday of the Gods, I'll be sending a raven to each and every house, inviting you to mine. We'd formally meet.
Would like that very much. Is it
Excellent.
King Aegon?
Aegon
Saying it
Targaryen, first of my name,
Gary.
and if I'm not mistaken,
You're
you were
pleased?
Tully.
Everin Tully.
Yes, sir.
Everin and Nearit? Nearit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nereid.
Nearit. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, it's good to meet you all. My name is Aerion Pahrys.
Sure. Welcome to Riverrun. Are you sure you don't
You-
require any food, any drink? King.
Oh no, we're plenty suited. If I'm not mistaken, you bear the same colors as a man I met a few days prior. Well, now it was at least a week.
Reinhardt.
Spewing off about how tactician and thinking and judging the ways that one would go about killing a dragon. I took it as a slight, but courtesies of your girl. I have no ill intentions in that claim. Be
Do
careful what he
apologize.
says. Oh. It's the voice.
Aye. To me that was with you on the beach. I apologise, I meant no offence to you or your dragons.
Thank you.
I only meant to empower their strength. And, how...
Of course. Very well. Before day breaks, we should be returning home.
Yes.
See you
Can
again soon.
I ask you a question? Are you a king, Tyler? Just a little question. I was passing through these lands earlier, and I noticed down the river there's a type of fort. Is that like a part of your, I guess, kingdom?
There is down the river a fort
Yeah.
with a bridge that is spanning the river. Yes, it
Yeah.
is part of my lands.
Okay.
My people building it.
Okay. Thank you. Just wondering.
Take care, my friends. Pleasure meeting you.
Well, for the courtesy of visiting.
Safe travels.